Hello, beautiful people. I'm back again with some messages for 1212. This 1212 energy that, to be honest, as of lately, I haven't really been making a deal about these numerological days. And I also have been staying away from the other extreme as far as like completely negating the energies in the presence of the number synchronicities, right? And so with 1212, I didn't really put much feeling into it, but it was like the closer and closer I got to this day, I feel that the energy of today kind of drew me in for whatever reason. And so this morning I woke up and I felt an impulse to do a deep meditation. And the deep meditations that I do are more so like journeys, like deep travels, in which I listen to music, like high frequency music, singing bowls, bells, anything that allows me to kind of like leave the body essentially and to like journey and explore. So I felt called to do that as soon as I woke up this morning, and I had the intention to connect with the 1212 energy because I'm like, if there's something here, I want to connect with it. If there are any messages, like what's here, what's in the space right now. And I just started playing with numbers, which I do enjoy number synchronicities and just really connecting to the vibrations of numbers. And when you think about the number 12, it's such a beautiful number as it can be divided. It's divisible in so many ways, such as the number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6. And what I enjoy the most about the number 12 is the 3 and 4 connection. And just to really first consider the vibration and the significance of the number 12, it is that beauty, harmony, cycles, and just like this element of perfection. And again, it comes back to this diverse experience of being able to, divide it in so many ways. And so when you consider 3 and 4, in which 12 can be, there are 4 threes, like there can be 4, threes and 12, and then the opposite 3 fours and 12. I really enjoy 3 and 4 for the sense of 3 holds that baseline experience and frequency to identify a pattern in behavior, a pattern in nature, a system, and what have you. And with the number 4, there is that experience of structure, of stability, of foundation. So within this vibration of 12, we do have the 3 and the 4, that pattern, that cycle, and the ability to create some sort of foundation and structure from the energy of 12. And so that's what I really appreciate about the energy of this number. And possibly we might see a little bit of that maybe today or maybe for the rest of the month, and how we, conclude this calendar year and move into the next year, as I've been looking at the energy of 2025. And there is also a theme and experience of endings and of cycles beginning, but also then kind of backtracking and reflecting on the past, not only the past year, but several years, and just completing a cycle essentially. And I'll be talking more about that as I show up here live and in my posts, so stay tuned for that. But there are major shifts coming in 2025, planetary shifts. We have Neptune moving into Aries, Saturn moving into Aries, Jupiter moving into Cancer, and Uranus moving into Gemini. And out of the 4, 3 of these planets, they stay in a sign for several years. And so it's a really, really big deal when they transition into another sign. So we will also be just starting these really grand, big cycles coming forth. Alexis, I was hoping that you'd be able to be here. So welcome everyone. Thanks for being here. This is going to be kind of a short reading because I just have things to do. But I wanted to check in with the energies. I want to show up live. I felt drawn. I'm in a really good space personally. So I wanted to share this energy with you all. So what we're going to do here is that I'm going to connect with this 1212 energy. And I encourage you, if you're here, to share your light, share your energy in this space. And we're going to see what messages come forth for us in alignment with the 1212 energy. So again, that's harmony, that's balance, that's also witnessing any patterns and just any whatever's coming through, right? There's so many things that can come through this energy portal. And yeah, so I'm gonna take a deep breath. I invite you to take some deep breaths as well, and then I'm gonna pull some cards for us. So all right, so I'm going to start with my astrology oracle card deck called the Living Will. We're going to see what any planetary or celestial energy specifically is coming through. Hello, Esmeralda. Welcome. Glad that you're here. Okay, so Divine, what energies, what astrological energies are present? Sometimes it takes my cards a second to get warmed up here. Okay, yeah. They're waking up. What messages do we have here? Okay, there's that. I would like 3, please. And this is why I always ask for 3 cards, just for that factor of being able to identify any patterns and themes for the reading, for the energies. But sometimes I don't always get 3, so we'll see. Is there additional energies that you want to speak to here? Okay, I'll shuffle one more time with this deck, and so if there's anything else, I see a card flipped over, so I'm going to take it. So I'll share the cards with you, but yeah, that was flipped over, caught my attention. Okay, any additional messages here? Cool, awesome, thank you. All right, oh my gosh, I was thinking about the 3rd house. So the 4th house, because I thought this was the 3rd actually. So we have the 4th house here. That's being a call to our attention. And the 4th house corresponds to family, to private life, living situation, also your ancestral connections, lineage, whether that be like your bloodline or your spiritual connections. And so that's coming through here. And Libra was the card that was flipped over in the deck. So speaking of balance, harmony, and also seeing like dual perspectives, almost extreme perspectives, and that experience or call or pull to come to the middle, right? To balance the energy. And then we have the 3rd house, which corresponds to communication, to writing, to learning, also to siblings as well. So Alexis, if you're here, that it's not a coincidence that we have like the family and the siblings things coming up. But with the 3rd house, there's that energy exchange and frequent movement as well. And so that is the astrological energy and the topic for this particular reading that's coming through this 1212 portal. So I'm going to do a short surrounding energy spread, and then I'll use my other deck for final messages. This is going to be very direct and clear. I can already feel it. And thank you for being here. Okay. So Libra energy. Yeah, I'm already feeling like there's some sort of like social networking, social like connection maybe like some engagements with family, with siblings, or just like spreading, like moving away from the extremes also in how we communicate is what I'm kind of getting, and what we're sharing. And I think also what's coming through too is like this element of honest, authentic communications in reference to our family or people that we're close to. So really beginning to honor your truth and being able to speak that. All right, so what is the central message here? What's the central energy, divine? What is the central energy? Thank you. Okay. So we have it's interesting. These cards are just flipping over in the deck. They're not, so far, they're very like subtle and just very like polite. They're not flying out, which is interesting energy. So the main energy we have here is the Six of Wands. And this is Jupiter in Leo energy, right? And this is, whenever I see this card, it's kind of like praise and acknowledgement for overcoming some sort of obstacle, or like if you consider the card before this, the Five of Wands, where there's like 5 people and they have their wands and they're just all out of sync, and it's kind of chaotic and out of like it's out of balance. There's no flow. And so if you've been experiencing that in your life, what's happening here, what's here for you is that this is the divine acknowledging and celebrating you for overcoming that chaos, for overcoming the lack of flow. And yeah, and I really feel this balancing energy, right? This like harmonizing, and it's almost like we're completing a cycle, but it's like a small part of like the bigger picture is what I'm getting with this one. So that is a bit of the main focus, or that is the main focus. Essentially, that's the central energy. So we'll see what is at our feet right now in reference to the messages here. You got to flip over completely. Thank you. Okay. Alexis, I feel that a 10,000% yes. I know you do, boo. I know. All right. So we have the Four of Pentacles. And okay, I feel like I'm already, yes, this is kind of what we have overcome. Is this Four of Pentacles energy and kind of the holding on. And even with this center pentacle, it's like you're blocking your heart chakra in a way. You're blocking like this whole, like it's almost like a shield. He's holding it as a shield. And lately I've been seeing this central pentacle moving in some way. And so it's kind of like that adaptability to kind of shield yourself, which that's been necessary at times. Yet at the same time, we have felt like we've released that, or we're in the process of releasing, like holding on to like our, whatever our like protective shield has been, because in this case, it doesn't seem that it's necessary. Another thing coming in though, is that by doing this, we have been able to overcome that chaos, right? And so that was necessary to have that protective shield. And now I'm getting the sense that we're able to release that. And that's a big part of this new cycle, especially with Saturn and Neptune moving into Aries. There is a strong focus on our independence and our being assertive and really mastering our fire. And yeah, so I definitely feel a bit of that coming in. Jen, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. So, yes. Wow, interesting. Okay. So that's what's at our feet, and that feels like the root of the central energy here. The root of the central energy is that being able to hold boundaries. And now I get the sense that we don't have to do that anymore, not in this particular instance, because we're strong and we're protected, and we're learning how to trust our intuition and to trust the divine and trust ourselves, most importantly. Okay. So what energy is setting? What's leaving? So what energy is leaving, is setting? What energy? What energy is? Thank you all for your patience. That's my card. Thank you. Ooh, okay. The Wheel of Fortune. So the turning, oh my gosh, and now I'm starting to connect this turning with the Wheel of Fortune. Seeing that pentacle turn is like, it's making me again think of adaptability and also the shift in energy. And there is a focus on this wheel, on the shield, and also just like the protection in a sense. But with the Wheel of Fortune, what I'm really seeing with this specifically is like the timing, like something has shifted. And I know a lot of you have felt this, in which, like things have happened in your life that have basically turned the dial to like refine you, to kind of, to just tighten your energy, tighten your energetic field in a sense of bringing your energy back to you and gearing you into alignment. So that's one of the things that I really tend to connect with the Wheel of Fortune, is that it's alignment with destiny, right? It is the turning of the wheel that is allowing you to, it's like refining you and directing you more onto that path. So that has happened as a result. I felt like that was already, probably for 2024, that was the energy of that alignment of getting you into the direct path of what is, say, your highest timeline. And so that energy is setting. As that energy is setting, you have overcome the chaos that has been of this year. I get the impression. Okay, so what is the incoming energy here? Thank you for the love. Yeah, this is resonating. Give your girl some hearts. I would love to see that. And thank you for sharing your energy. Ooh, okay. So I'll take both. Okay, this is the energy coming through. So we have the Three of Pentacles. And we have the King of Swords. And right away, the message that came through is that there's the energy that's coming in is that basically we have to decide on something. You have to decide on something. And so there have been plans, there have been blueprints, there's been collaborations, possibly there's been negotiations, and now it's time to make that firm decision. And that will allow you to move forward into this next cycle. Or maybe that's a bit of what the next cycle is about, because I do feel like we're in between. And I'm getting this creative, so when I started this chat or this Instagram live, I mentioned the power of three, which the power of three is, it's that baseline frequency to identify a pattern. And that ability to identify a pattern, and also it makes things a bit clearer as far as receiving messages, because you're like, you see it once, you see it twice, okay, you see it a third time, and it's like no denying it. And so I am getting that message here, is that you have seen it 3 times, or maybe you're going to get the third message that's really going to embolden you and allow you to feel very confident in your decision, in your truth. And you will really embody this energy, right? So it's all like everything that's happening is bringing you into the Six of Wands. And when we think about Jupiter and Leo, which is the astrology that corresponds to this card, it is that creative abundance. So we're coming back to what I spoke about with Mars retrograde in Leo, that learning how to sustain limitless creativity, or boundless creativity, I think is the word I use, right? And abundance is coming through as well. And so this fire, this passion, this creative energy, and this courage and strength to move forward on the path that is in alignment with your truth. And so there might be people in your life helping you with this. This could be like spirit guides as well. But the key here is making that decision and trusting your decision. And you know what? If it's the quote unquote wrong decision, that's okay, right? You can always refine your decisions. You can always change your mind and take a different action. And so, yeah, so we're going to get the final, or like what's at our reach, because I'm still going to pull some final cards here. And I got 5 more minutes, so I should probably, get to it. But let's see what we're reaching for. What is culminating? Okay, Divine, what is culminating for us? Please and thank you. Oh, yay. Yeah. All right, what is the energy culminating? Guys, I just like to let the cards fall out as they will. There we go. Because I was... What in the world, you guys? Jen, Alexis, you guys, you know what this means, okay? But at our reach again is the Two of Cups. I did a reading a couple days ago. It was last week sometime, or maybe it was over the weekend, and the last card was the Two of Cups. This is integration. This is union. This is intimacy, and it is divinely protected. For some of you, this might be, of course, a relationship, a union coming together, especially with this Three of Pentacles energy. So maybe there is some officiating or just some sort of official, like union coming together, or binding of the union is what I'm thinking, like something tangible coming through to bind the union or to strengthen that union. It could also be a deepening of a union that you are already in, or multiple unions, right? And coming together in a creative way, especially because I'm seeing this lion here. And it also can represent you coming into union with yourself, right? Balancing, what is at odds, what's at extreme. And, this was one of the first main energies that we received that pointed to that balancing energy, right? And coming to the center. And Libra, of course, is a sign of relationships and relating. So there could be that element as well. And the Two of Cups, I really feel that energy for 2025, yes. Considering Jupiter moving into Cancer, there is a bit of a focus on, and I'm thinking of like our consciousness, or the way we understand things, the way we comprehend energies and perceive energies. Like that is like our consciousness is integrating, where our intuition and our logical thinking is coming together in unity, and that is going to be very powerful for creating, a vessel, or like a space for our creations to thrive, right? And for life to thrive. So it's going to really support that growth and expansion that we are desiring for 2025. And some of us might do it in union, or it might just be that integration of ourselves, which naturally will bring in those really intimate and compassionate and true loving relationships, whether they're, platonic, romantic, or otherwise. So yes, Jen is like, oh my fucking God, I got that card. You got the card the other day too. It's not a bad card to like have stalking you, to be honest. All right, so I'm going to pull 3 cards for final messages, because we just got to dig a little bit more. I cannot believe, honestly, this is crazy. This Two of Cups, like I appreciate it. And just so you know, the astrology that corresponds to this card is Venus in Cancer. So Venus in Cancer just feels like true nourishment, true, unconditional love. It feels really, really good. And I'm happy that that's culminating, right? So we're gonna check and see what these final messages are. This is a really good reading. All right. What final messages are here for us? Ooh. Does that want to come out? Yeah, that wants to come out. All right. Oops, my alarm. So I got to get going here in a minute. What final message is here for us? Cool. All right. Nice. Wow, this is amazing reading. Oh my gosh. Okay, so the first card that flipped over, and this card I love. I've had this deck for so long. So the key energy here is clinging to the past. But for whatever reason, I always perceive this card, the energy of it, even though it's a water card, it makes me think of the full moon in Gemini, like Gemini full moon energy, because look at her head. It's a mess. There's so many things going on. Now, this is supposed to be a champagne glass, but for whatever reason, I also perceive that to be just like this really brilliant moon. But it's not. It's the 5 of Cups, right? So this is clinging to the past energy. I'm happy to say that we're breaking through. We're breaking through it. And we are getting another perspective here. We are able to get another perspective and also opening ourselves up a bit more. This card is Sun in Scorpio, which Scorpios, they are very private, very deep. There are so many layers. Like once you peel back another layer, like you think that you've gotten somewhere and it's like, nope. Like these waters run deep, and it's so much to like, there's just a lot there. And so I get the feeling that we're opening ourselves up emotionally, especially just overcoming whatever this like traumatic, like this chaos, right, that we've been experiencing. And specifically, it's been coming through the mind. Hi, Maria. Wow, I haven't seen your name in a while. I hope that you're doing well. But yeah, so this clinging to the past energy, we're breaking through it, right? And we're going to continue to break through that. And the final card here, the final message is this new vision. I mean, wow, it can't get any better than that. And if you can really see, there is a man here on the ground, and this figure, like it's a whole new person. It's like gotten itself up. It's in this dance motion. It's just, there's so much beauty, and there's all the elements here. And so it's really, really uplifting. And just I feel like this surge of energy, this surge of creative fire, and this surge of life just coming through. And yeah, that feels really good. Just to come back to what I mentioned in the beginning with the main energies also that we're pointing to was the third house, and that vibration of 3 of witnessing patterns. But with the third house, it is communication, it's the exchange, it's writing, it's a lot of like quick movement in a sense. So just like networking, right? And just being very like, just connecting. What I get with this the most is like the many ways to connect. That is of importance right now. And that is what this is showcasing, is that we're probably going to feel this surge, and we're going to be able to put ourselves out there and to connect and to be really confident in those connections, right? Balancing the energies and making or creating, really like compassionate and true relationships that, I'm sorry, this was the 4th house, right? This is the 3rd house. But these relationships and the networking and how we're communicating is building family. It's building a structure that is just, it's just compassionate. And I can't really put it into words. I'm feeling this right now. I'm stumbling on my words, but it feels like soul family. It feels like growth and expansion as we like break through these layers within ourselves that have been, you know, stuck in trauma, stuck in heavy emotions, that have been very chaotic, and we're learning to trust ourselves and to make the decisions and do the thing. So yeah, this feels so good. And this is the energy, the message is coming through 1212. Biko, oh my gosh. Hi, I'm so glad that you are here and that you enjoy this reading. Oh my gosh, that just made my day. Biko and I go way back to like high school, so that's awesome. So yes, Jen, I will watch the replay to catch it from the beginning. Yes, I'm going to save this. I'm going to upload it. And Franny, hi. Oh my gosh. So beautiful and resonates. Thank you. Thank you everyone for being here. I hope the rest of your week is amazing, and I hope this full moon in Gemini is not too crazy. I'll be back probably around then to do some readings, and I love you guys so much. My people showed up, so have a beautiful day, and we'll talk soon.